Big Boy's
Big
neighborhood.
Boy.
I'm gonna tell you, man. There is times when you just want to come in and you see somebody walk into the neighborhood and you just want to battle that person.
Hey.
Then you think you're like, nah, Big, slow down because your knee hurts. You know what I'm saying? Matt Steffanina in the neighborhood. Welcome to the neighborhood, man.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. Like my daughter is a fan. Did you ever think that dancing would get you to where you are now?
Not 1 second
That's
did I
crazy,
ever think.
Tell me, give me the backstory. How does dancing start off for you to become a profession?
I mean, I grew up in Virginia, kind of rural Virginia. There's not a lot of dance studios around, and music was my first love. I played guitar, keyboard. I was DJing. I was all into everything music.
Did you ever want to become the artist?
Yeah, absolutely. And through music, I'll be watching music videos, and this is a time like Usher, Chris Brown, Justin Timberlake, all these male pop, R&B, rap artists are coming out and making music videos with dance in them. And I was like, there's not a lot of opportunity for music right now. That is just as cool to me. Let me just see what's up.
Could you dance?
No, I was terrible.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
Really?
Are you
And
serious?
nobody ever believes that. You must have come out dancing. No.
So you're giving people hope for real.
Yeah.
So you say that you were terrible.
I was in high school. I was like 16, 17. I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
White. Like there was nothing going for me. There's no training out there, and I just started watching I would take it back to like breaking, and I was watching like the old movies and getting inspired.
So you just was like studying.
Yeah, I was just doing whatever I could. It's before YouTube, so you can't just go online and look up a tutorial, and learn.
Damn. So okay, and I'm really sitting here thinking this before YouTube. So how do you learn? Like, are you just sitting there watching? Is it like whatever comes on MTV or BET or whatever?
I had How to Break Dance Volume 1 on the
my
VHS.
goodness.
On the VHS.
So do you start off actually B-boy and everything? Because that's what you see first?
Yep, that's what I started with. And, that's a whole nother sport.
Yeah. You get that. You can kind of get some of the other stuff.
So I started there, and it was cool for like party tricks. You go to a club or a party and do a backflip or a windmill. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's the best!"
And then you have nothing else.
He's
Like,
great.
all right, let me do this backflip and windmill again. Can't dance with girls and shit. Hey, baby, and then he just broke out and started windmilling. Like, he was good. He did like 7 in a row. So how do you take that from there to where it's like, okay, I'm starting to get okay.
It was actually my mom, had seen that I kind of was getting an interest in it, and she found the first ever hip hop dance convention, and it was called Monsters of Hip Hop, still going on today. This was in Philadelphia, and for Christmas, I think I was 18 now. She got me a ticket to go up to Philadelphia for this
just
weekend.
watch.
Nice.
No, to be in the convention like as a student. It was like a workshop thing, right? So I go. I didn't realize that when you sign up for the intermediate level, because I didn't want to do the pro level, I signed up for the intermediate level. When you sign up for intermediate level, intermediate is actually a key word for young, like kids.
And you like what? You like 5'10", 5'11", 6'1" back then?
Yeah, I'm probably 6'1" by that point. 18, I'm probably. So it was me and about 200 11-year-olds.
Oh my goodness.
who are
Probably
all
tearing your ass up too, huh?
kicking my ass. Just kicking my ass. And my mom, she, supportive mom, she came up there with me, and she goes after the first couple hours that you come out for a break. She was like, "So how's it going in there? You doing good and stuff?" I was like, "Mom, let me tell you what happened in there."
you didn't look through like Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, I met a lot of kids. They're gonna start going to middle school next year. But you get to where you're there, and how does it become where you're like, okay, I'm decent at this?
Yeah, I mean, I went back home after that. It was a big learning experience.
I was about to say, does that add a little more fire to you?
Yeah, I mean, it breaks your spirit a little bit.
Yeah. It ain't nothing like seeing somebody, like, even when I'm in martial art classes, I see a little kid, and I'm like, damn, can I whoop his ass? Like, I don't know. Like, good luck. And not that it humbles you, but it does put a little fire in you.
Yeah. It makes it's inspiration and discouragation at the same time.
Yes,
hopefully more inspiration. So I went home. I started really studying, training. I would go up to New York if I had to take a train up there just to take a couple classes and come back. Like I was really serious about finding out how
Did you have
to get
friends
better.
or a crew, or were you kind of solo at the time?
Eventually, I did find a crew.
Was there anyone that
but it
was
took
telling you
time.
like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. Just
Until today, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then everybody had I told you, man.
I mean, even now, you work in entertainment. You know how difficult it is to make it in any entertainment
Yeah, man.
field, let alone 10, 12 years ago before online, and there were so many more
Right.
opportunities. And I'm in Virginia. It's just like there was a lot of things that did not make this a smart
And it seemed
move,
like those
you know?
that's locked in are locked in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like what position will I play here?
Yeah, exactly.
Like such and such got his team, such and you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how do I walk into this?
Yeah, and that's when I did end up moving out here and started really training on the next level. I was noticing that, like, I want to dance for Usher, Justin Timberlake, Chris Brown. They've had their dancers locked in.
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
They're
Like,
not just every day like, hey.
you see
cover
they
someone
dancers
new.
and recognize like when Usher, like that whole Usher when it was Confessions, you knew his dancers.
Yeah.
Like there's certain people you're like, oh, that's the Usher dancer. Just like with the twins, you'll see them and you're like, oh, that's Beyonce's
Beyonce's
guys.
dancers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go from that to where like what's the break?
Oh, man. I thought
Or is it all kind of like little things for you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, so I moved out here. Still not honestly that good at dancing. I got my tricks and my stuff, but I go to an audition for the Tonight Show with Jay Leno
Damn.
to be Jay's body double. They're like, we need a guy that's 6 foot, could kind of play Jay-ish, and can do windmills. Well, there's not a lot of tall people that
Yeah.
could do windmills.
you're like I'm
and
in.
I
Yes.
booked it. Like 2 weeks out here, I already booked my first job.
That's dope.
I got a TV spot. I brought my mom out so she could come to the show. She's a fan. Everybody's like, this is amazing. This is great. 8 months later, I have not booked one more
Hey,
thing.
dude,
Not
the way
for
you were
one
building
penny.
this up, I was like, this isn't going to end well. Just on your build up, I was like, that's not going to end well. So you
Yeah.
go 8 months without a paid gig.
Yeah.
What are you doing to survive?
So before I came out here, I was DJing and doing different stuff, and I saved up some money because I knew that I was behind as far as skill level went. And I
Right.
was like, if I'm gonna catch up, I'm gonna need some time. Like I can't be working a full-time job and training. So
Right.
I saved up enough money to live out here for like about 8 months.
Right.
And then I would
Yeah.
I would work some side gigs, DJ here and there, do what I could.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly I was just taking classes, going to battles, freestyle sessions, whatever I had to do.
So you was really true to the
train.
craft.
Yeah.
Like really true to it.
Yeah.
Like not like some parody, like, no, this is what I came to do.
Yeah.
When do you get that so-called break?
Yeah. I mean,
That's not the Tonight Show.
and without the 8-month gap
Yeah.
after where it continues. I mean, it did kind of like you said, it was a slow build from
Yeah.
there. You get you get a music video and
Like what
little
music
time.
videos?
The first music video
Like
I ever
artist-wise?
did was Chris Brown, Look at Me Now.
Wow.
Busta Rhymes and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
Yeah.
video to
That's
be
a
in.
great one.
Yeah.
And
that
that's when
was-
we were really, really watching videos still too.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
so did you have to audition for that?
Yeah, audition for that.
Oh,
How many
Okay.
people are
And-
at the audition? Because sometimes I'll see these
man.
auditions, even with my daughter. I'm like, how do they pick out of all this? It almost seemed like you could just throw a dart and say, okay, if you got hit, yeah, you come on through. You're in the second round. But how many people are in the audition first, man?
There's music video auditions, you could at least 200, 300, 400.
Wow.
And
lot.
they'll split it up, guys and girls. Sometimes they're looking for freestyle, sometimes choreography. So there'll be like sections of it, but at the end of the day, you still have at least 100 people competing for a handful of spots. If not,
so
if
you
not
book
way
you
more.
booked that.
Yeah, so I booked that as a freestyle dancer. He already had his choreography,
Right.
his choreographed dancers set, but I booked it as a freestyle dancer. And how music videos are. You're there for like, I think we were there 2 days for 12-hour shoots. Dancing. You can see me in the video twice for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a flash.
Seconds.
A flash.
We got to know you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Are you wearing like a black suit?
I'm
Like
luckily
all
I'm
black?
wearing an orange jacket,
Oh, okay, and it
orange
wasn't you.
pants, which is the only way.
He made sure
You
he's
can
like
see
wardrobe.
me. Yeah.
Give me the
that
orange.
crazy color right there.
Yeah, you got to know you and your Paul's game got to be good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there it is.
Yep.
But I'm pretty
Don't
sure at the
believe-
time that's like, man, I just booked a Chris Brown video,
Man.
man.
That's major.
Look
Man.
at
Put it
me
on the
now.
resume.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. A small thing like that can lead to so many more
Right.
opportunities, and that's what it's about. And from there, I was doing YouTube for forever, from actually before I even moved to LA.
Like
and I
putting
was,
your own stuff up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's bad. There's some stuff still up. You don't want to go look at that.
Yeah, we do. You know what I'm saying? We will.
But yeah, I was building YouTube at the same time, and I was getting these one-off gigs, and I did some stuff for like So You Think You Can Dance, and did the Ellen show a couple times, and I was getting spots, but really what took it to the next level was the YouTube combined with the industry stuff,
So the YouTube, that's a plus and a bonus that people didn't have years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you get your own YouTube channel, you start to really push yourself. You know what I'm saying? So always with YouTube, it's a good this and that. But YouTube, for you, it doesn't work for everybody. Yeah. How do people know to find you on YouTube? And I'm asking this because I need to build my YouTube numbers up. What do I have to do?
I mean, for dance, it's a lot about partnering with the right artists, the right songs at the right time. So I've been doing some work with Jason Derulo for a minute, and he and I first had a conversation about working together because of YouTube. He's like, I posted videos to Jason's music forever, great dance music, and he's always dancing his videos. He's like, yo, I seen your stuff. Like you got better and better. Your views are going, everything is, let's do something together. And I came in and the vibe was right. Everything was good. And it ended up being like a really great partnership for us to be able to do stuff together. And there's a lot of artists like that now that see the value in social media and how it can help their music and help their careers. So for me, I try to plan videos a lot of times around, releases. The record labels sometimes will be like, hey, we got this coming up next month. Do you want a little heads up on it? And then we can drop it at the same time. And, so a lot of it is about kind of marketing and,
it's a hell of
behind the scenes work.
And it's a road to get there, though, too.
Yeah.
Did you ever get discouraged where you're like, man, I'm going back home?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even just simple stuff with the YouTube, like I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with music rights issues on YouTube. I can imagine.
Oh my God, Daniel, have we?
I can imagine once or twice.
Yeah.
And it's the same for dance.
You ever had a lawsuit about it?
I have not.
Oh, neither have we.
Yet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Knock on everything, right? We had a lawsuit going on for like a year and a half. Oh, man. Alrighty. Now, what are you working on right now, Matt?
Oh man, I do a few tours
like
every
everything,
year.
Huh?
Yeah, it's staying busy. I mean,
how is it to teach now, or to be that guy now?
It's
because you know about walking into the room. How does it being the guy now that teaches and
anticipating this?
Yeah, like how is it now to say I was there at one point?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think honestly, that's one of the reasons that I've been able to be successful is because I was a bad dancer at 17 years old. As an adult, I was a bad dancer. So I remember what it's like to not be able to dance. You know what I mean? If you grew up and by 4 years old, you were already amazing, that's brilliant. But you can't really relate to somebody that's 13 or 18 or 20 or 50 that's like, teach me how to dance.
Do you think anyone can learn how to dance?
I honestly do.
Really?
I really, really do.
What's the
Even
easiest
if you don't have
class
rhythm?
you take? I mean, you teach. Do you do any intros anymore now?
I mean, not too often anymore. Occasionally, we'll do a special one. If you guys want to come through, we'll
want to
put
do
together
a special intro one. I mean, like,
I
I
got no
can
rhythm.
keep beat. I know counts, but I am not like.
I think you could. Didn't you cheerlead? You got rhythm.
I was a cheerleader for 6 years.
Yeah, she got rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I
Not
still
me.
want to like.
You don't know how to dance like that?
I mean, it's weird. I'm a weird dancer. I can never do like anything like with counting and steps. Like,
Oh, really?
You're like
oh my God, I
natural.
messed up my cousin's quinceañera dance. We must have practiced that thing for like 6 months. And the day of, I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
fuck.
you were that girl.
Oh,
Huh?
no.
Like,
And then they made us do it twice. I was like, no, not again.
hey, dude, you know what I always trip off?
So bad.
Trip off of, Matt, is how fast y'all have to learn
Yeah.
a routine.
I hate counting.
And it'd be like, and 1 and 10 and 8 and here with sit and then all right, y'all got it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Chula is such a good dancer.
yeah.
His
Like my
daughter,
daughter when she locked
man,
in, I'm
she
like,
goes.
good Lord, have
Yeah.
mercy,
She
man.
goes off.
Now, what's the tour that's going on, Matt?
So I just did Europe, and I did 10 cities in 15 days, I think.
How crazy is that,
Wow.
bro?
Yeah, it's not that far off from like what you would do as an artist, really.
Yeah.
I do my show, quote unquote show, is a 4-hour workshop meet and greet, and then go have some food, pack up the suitcases on to the next city, and just
Now, where
boom,
did
boom,
you
boom,
go? You say you're in Europe?
That one was
UK?
in Europe, yeah. So I did Belgium, London, Paris, Amsterdam, Madrid,
let's say
Barcelona. You know, just major cities. through
Paris. How
there.
many people come out in Paris?
I mean, you could have anywhere. I think the smallest workshop we had was maybe 200, and the biggest
That's
one
the
was like
smallest?
almost 500.
The smallest was 200.
Yeah.
And that probably depend on what were the surrounding areas and where you anticipated a 200 crowd.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
what day of
crazy.
the week? You know, where the studios. A lot of times, like in London, we had a difficult time finding a space big enough for the people that wanted to come because you do need like not necessarily a dance studio, but you need like a warehouse space, like some room to move. You know.
What
But
made
yeah.
you start the tours?
Honestly, YouTube people requesting, hey,
When are
we
you-
don't have any
we
any
wish.
classes. Yeah, come over. You know, and I would go over for like one-off things, but I found, I was traveling every week, every weekend. I was never home in LA. I was always flying to one city, flying to another city. I was like, instead of going back and forth like this,
Get
let me
everybody
take
to-
1 month, couple weeks, and boom, 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 hit them all, and then like I'll see you guys next year. Love you. You know.
Do you do merchandise and
Yeah.
everything? Oh,
Yeah. Do merch.
I should have
the whole-
stayed with
the whole
dancing.
deal.
You should have. You're such a good one.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Have you
Even
ever
though you
worked-
never seen me dance.
Have you ever worked with a difficult artist?
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of the things that makes them difficult?
Yeah.
The thing I always can understand is that they have a lot of pressure on them. Everybody is going to come for them when they do, say, an award show, a television show. You always read the things the next day. Oh, she missed a step. Her voice was off. They have so many things to think about. So it's a lot of times not a fear of being embarrassed, a fear of messing up.
Yeah.
And so they kind of want to hold back and control things, And as a choreographer, I obviously want to help them look as good as possible. So it's like finding that balance,
Yeah.
that power struggle,
What about having to work with an artist that just didn't know how to dance and you don't
Oh,
have enough
Lord.
time
Yeah.
to really help them through that?
Yep. It's all about creating the illusion of dance. A lot of movement around you, and then you hit
Yeah.
bop, bop, bop when the lights flash, and like, oh, she killed that that moment.
Or when you do the
like,
singing and you fall back in and go, hey, and then you come back up
Yeah.
like, oh, she know the
or just,
choreography.
give him that one groove that he
Yeah,
loves to do. Like
like-
he's really good at that one.
Can you pick and choose who you work with now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, my goal was always to work with artists, to choreograph tours, to choreograph movies. And, I realized there's a few special artists out there like Jason that really love dance, that like he wants to put the time in. He wants to try new things. That gets me excited to work. But then there's a lot of artists that, they have their people around them that are telling them what to do. And
Right.
you kind of have to just fit into the mold. And that's why I've stuck with YouTube through all these years, because when I would start to feel that like, this isn't really me, then I would escape there and be like, okay, let me pick a song I like, do whatever the hell I want, put it out, and let people and artists and whoever react to it based on that.
So what are
you
you
know?
doing in the States now? Are you touring here as well?
Yeah, I'm touring here. I do a
That starts
domestic
December?
tour here. That's actually South America.
Oh, and how many dates do you have in South America?
It's about 8. Do Brazil, Argentina, Chile,
Are you in a
Colombia.
relationship?
No, sir.
Oh, well, go to Brazil then.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you're going out there.
A while ago, there was that whole drama between Taylor Swift and Katy Perry about like stealing dancers. Does that happen more often than we know?
And were you one of the dancers that
Yeah.
got stolen?
I was not on either of those rosters.
Yeah, he was like, I was beyond that. No.
Yeah, honestly, it does. It does happen because what happens is an artist will go on tour. You've got your dancers, and then they'll come back and they'll take a little time to record their next album. While they're doing that, their dancers still have to eat.
I was about to say it.
You
Gotta
know,
eat.
so they start touring with a different artist or working something else, and then that artist is like, "Yo, I want you back."
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're like, "Oh, well, I would rather go back than what I'm doing now."
Yeah.
So there's a little could be a reality show somewhere. in
Is
there
there
where-
any dancer beef?
Yeah.
Like somebody stealing? Oh yeah.
Stealing
man.
moves or trademark thingies.
Come on,
Yeah.
That's my signature move.
Always.
Have you ever had any situations where you saw somebody and you was like, I know that they peeped something out on my YouTube.
I've had situations. It's hard to not get called out on stuff like that these days with the internet. But I've had people send me videos of professional sports teams, of competitions, all sorts of stuff, and send me a video and be like, "Isn't this your choreography?"
Yeah.
And it's literally step for step the entire routine. Which I don't mind. I would just prefer an email.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Yeah,
heads up
yeah.
like, hey, by the way, are
Yeah,
you cool?
we took your whole routine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm flattered. Use my stuff wherever you want. That's why I put it online. But yeah, I mean, that's way back before the internet. Just like you got music beef, you definitely got dance beef. I made that move. No, I did.
Have
No.
you ever seen it get crazy?
Yeah.
Like a fight or
Yeah,
anything?
absolutely.
Damn.
Absolutely. Yeah, people, it's like battles are taken very seriously.
Right.
Just like if you have a rap battle and somebody really goes off on you, like that's embarrassing. Like that affects your image in your circle,
And what you do and
For-
who you are and respect
Yeah.
everything.
Why do I just imagine like a dance battle, like literally like it's a punch, and then it's like.
Yeah. And you see, she can't really dance. You
Yeah.
saw
Yes,
that,
I
right?
can.
You,
Don't know what that was.
we gonna take a lesson after this, but
She
you saw what you
tried.
were working with.
She tried.
You saw you really did, Matt. You saw what you was
said
working at.
Anyone.
I might have
can
seen a
become
punch and a kick at the same
Yeah,
time
yeah,
just
yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? That's that cheerleading too. When you do the jump up, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's more in cheer right now. She's in cheer mode. Were you ever a cheerleader?
I was
Well,
not.
there it is.
Then
You
you
can't.
don't know.
You don't know
Yeah.
nothing about
You
it.
don't
then.
got her skills.
Now, what's going on in the States with you? Are you moving through here?
Yeah. I'm spending a lot of time here. I'm actually been doing a lot of music again. One of the big issues, like I said, copywritten music. So I started covering a lot of songs and dancing to my own covers.
Oh, so you can do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Ah.
Because masters and
Now I know.
publishing is separate. So if you record your own version,
Wow.
then you get around some of the
and being that you're
other
already
stuff.
an artist, it makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
What's going down with you on the artist
So-
side, Matt?
Yeah, so I started doing it just for fun again, and some of them are better than others. But I did a God's Plan, a Drake one,
Uh-huh.
and everybody was commenting like, "Why don't you actually do some stuff?" And I'm yeah, I do. I mess around,
Yeah.
whatever. But
and you got a direct audience too, bro.
yeah, and
know?
I love performing. I love music. It's been with me from the beginning. So. And I've been producing for a while, but I never took it serious enough, So now I'm really setting aside some time to get in the studio, record some records, and we'll see if I feel great about it. Then probably spring release, summer release for sure. And but I want to make sure that it's right. You know
How
what I mean?
often are you at Millennium? That's out here.
I'm
Is
there.
Millennium the only spot you go like pretty much teach at,
that's
or you're
that's my
falling into?
main that's my main spot. Yeah, and then I have a studio in my loft too, so we record and I do some small classes in there. But when I'm in town, I'm there like once a week.
Small
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
imagine what that probably costs.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, good lord.
That's the invite only.
Hell yeah.
invite only crew.
Exclusive.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you looking into everybody's eyes for real, for real.
Yeah.
Where is this picture taken at right here?
Damn.
That is in Istanbul, Turkey. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, that was a wild one.
Hey man, does that trip you out
Still. That will
That's
forever
awesome.
trip me out. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was about 500 people.
In Istanbul, Turkey.
Yeah.
That is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and I tell
remember, being on the other side in a convention like that, looking up at a teacher being like, "Damn, one day,
When you do certain things like that, is it hard for you if somebody's doing, you got to cast something, somebody's doing an audition, is it hard for you to be that guy that do the pass and fail, or is it just like the person's not ready now?
I mean, the reason it's difficult is because there's so many people that are qualified to do any given job out here in LA. People are so talented.
Yeah.
I can hold an audition looking for 5 dancers, have 200 people show up, and 100 of them could kill it.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
How do you pick? Is it more now the look, the height, the this, the that?
yep, yeah. I mean, you got to find 5 dancers that fit together.
Yeah.
The brand might want like a certain look, a certain height, like you say, like, oh, we really like her because she can also act, and we're gonna have a speaking part in it. There's so many things that could play into it, and that's why as a dancer or any type of artist, it's the more skills you have. If you can act, if you can sing, if you can dance, like great. Just
The more threats.
keep adding them because that can set you apart. And now, too, a lot of brands are looking for that social media influence aspect of it too. So if you got 2 dancers and one of them has a big following and everybody's contracted to post something or whatever it is, that can play a part too. So I'm always encouraging my kids, like, post your stuff online, start, if you choreograph, like, put your choreography out there, let people see it, because you never know. You know, so many artists, dancers get discovered just off of one video.
Yeah, it's crazy how people get discovered now.
Yeah.
And not that you can how we cut the line now, but now there's so many eyes and ears on things now when you just press enter or send, and you don't know who's watching.
Yeah.
You know, have you had anyone that ever came up to you that was like, I auditioned for you and I didn't make it?
Oh man, I did the last Step Up this past year in Atlanta, and that was a really cool thing for me because I had auditioned for Step Up many times.
Wow.
Step Up 2, Step Up 3D, Step Up 4D, whatever.
Step Up to college years.
I was in all those auditions, you know, and I would do good, but I would get cut somewhere along the way, and man, not my year, you know, whatever, come back next year. And then this one, you know, they reached out to me and were like, hey, we have a couple roles we think you'd be great on. Can you read some lines and whatever? And I ended up acting, choreographing, and dancing in this one. And literally, you know, like you said, like they hit me up knowing that I had the ability to do it because they'd seen my stuff already.
You ever had anyone that got mad at you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I can imagine. like cut back around.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you looking for? You know, like
yeah. Or, you know, in the scene even, obviously there's dancers that'll be like, I had to audition for this part. You just show up, you know.
I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, I did, but I auditioned for it 17 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, check the statistics, go back.
So you heard a lot of no's
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah, probably more than the average dancer.
Right.
You know,
Did you hear anything that was that had a racial tone on it as well?
You know, honestly,
or are we seeing more of a blend of dancers? You think? I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, dance is one of the things that, luckily, there are so many different ways that music is portrayed in music videos. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, it's a white artist. That doesn't mean they have white dancers. It's a black artist. I mean, they have black dancers. Like, every artist is so diverse and stuff. So it really, I never really seen anything like that, fortunately. And, you know, for me as a taller guy too, I had a lot of opportunities because there aren't many tall guys. So it's a lot of times. Is that a gift
and a curse though?
It's absolutely. Yeah. There's so many male artists that I just love that I will never work for
because the height.
I'm taller than them. Yeah. You know, you got guys like Chris and Jason are tall dudes.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I definitely got cut from some auditions where I was a better fit for the role in every way, shape, and form. But the guy was just like, look, bro, you're just too tall. Yeah, we can't have it. You know?
That's crazy.
What artist was that? Neo. Fucking Neo. Damn you, Schaefer. Yeah, man. Yeah, Neo, he like his dances a certain height. I remember that when I didn't get the part.
You're taller than me.
Are there dance groupies?
Oh, yeah.
Around the world?
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Stay away from that.
Yeah, I try to hide out.
Yeah. You don't have any kids either, right?
No, sir.
That's why you can get up and go.
Yeah.
Get up and go. Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
So what do dance groupies? What do they say? That they just hang out at the studio or?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, now with YouTube too, they know a lot about you.
Yeah. Have you ever had anybody try to come to your home?
Oh, absolutely. To your home, show up at your hotel.
Wow.
Shit.
If you know, post a Snapchat that you're at some restaurant, 5 seconds later, somebody pop in the door. I saw you were here. You're like,
but you know what it is, man? It's like
quick?
You're famous. You know what I'm saying? And there now the world, and not now, but people are addicted to fame. As far as like, you know, somebody being known or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and do you get recognized a lot of places or everywhere you go? You could be in the mall.
Yeah, I mean, places like the mall, amusement parks, anywhere that there's like high school age type people, you know?
Have you ever had someone that brought their daughter and tried to get at you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I remember, I won't say which underage group it was, but I remember we were doing a show. Mom brought the kids there, and then she took the kids home and came back to try to get with the group, and the group was underage too.
Oh my god!
Yeah, man. So
there's some crazy people out there.
Hell yeah, it is, man. It's real in the field. How important is social media to you?
It's been a huge asset in my career, honestly. I kind of started with the idea of if I was gonna be a dancer, starting at 17, I'll never be the best technical dancer on the planet. It's not going to happen. There will always be somebody that just put in so many more years. So I was like, I got to figure out a way to market my business differently, you know? And I realized that there were some amazing dancers online. There was nobody explaining how to go from zero to being able to dance. There was nobody filling the gaps. There was nobody telling like, oh boy, they just wanted to go to a party and have fun, or girl whose quinceañera was coming up and she wanted to learn a few steps. Like there was nobody filling that gap. And so I started posting tutorials a lot and just being like, hey guys, you know, here's what it is. This is what I know. Try this. Boom, 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 boom. And people would be like, yo, I watch your video. I learn with you every day, and submitting their own videos. And that's really what spread my brand or my choreography was other people posting videos being like, yo, I learned this from this guy. Check him out. Check him out. Check him out. Check him out.
That's crazy because you didn't have that instant place where you could have went and had a tutorial. You know what I'm saying? So now just being in a position to provide that and continue to take your talent across the world is amazing.
And that was kind of the motivation, being like, I wish I had this 5 years ago, you know, and now that I have the knowledge, let me help other people because maybe there's someone else like me out there. I just didn't realize how many people were out there that want to learn how to dance, that love dance, but they feel nervous, or you know, they don't have a teacher, they don't have anything, but they want to, you know, and that's really why I'm able to tour like this and do this type of thing. Is there's so many people out there that love it, you know.
Do you get a lot of kids or a lot of teens or people that come out that's never really taken a class?
Yeah.
Because some people, there's probably not a dance studio in the neighborhood around the corner, you know?
Yeah.
And when we think about the internet or YouTube or who you're reaching, you know, I'm in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my dance studio is in this room and you're my instructor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know you gotta have a lot of people that's never been in that kind of environment before.
Yeah, absolutely. I get so many people coming up, oh, this was my first class ever, you know, and that's one of the coolest things for me that I can hear, because that means that they got inspired to not just get up off the couch and learn a step, but like really put themselves out there. It's scary to come take a dance class, your first class. I remember the first one I took.
I get on Instagram, and because you can follow like a hashtag, and I get lost watching all these dance videos because I'm so fascinated by them, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I want to go do that, but then I'm like, I can't do that, so I don't do it.
Exactly.
Because it's scary.
Exactly.
You could do it, I think.
No,
You know.
these girls, and some of these kids are like this little, and they're just like moving, like
crazy.
crazy.
You get them
like,
when
how?
they're young and limber, and man, when they're fluid like that, it's a whole different world.
Like I always love watching Chula dance. So I'm like, let me see her dances. Like it's amazing, but no, I couldn't do it. So.
Well, you know,
I won't be taking.
There it is. You'll never win the lottery if you don't play. All right. Well, I can't force you to be. You know what I'm saying?
You can teach me some dance moves.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have a class.
Hey man, like she gonna come straight to the top.
Right? But you can teach me.
What is he talking about?
Well,
you think
I'm
Matt is going
somebody.
but you're not going to
Yes,
the
I
top.
am. Right now,
Yes,
he's
I
going to do
am.
a dance
You
class.
can
We're going to
see
play
you
songs.
this
Yeah, right?
Man.
Yeah. Oh,
Teach us an 8 count right now.
Hilarious. Do you have any
Be nice.
understudies, Matt, that we can
Don't be
send her
laughing,
to
Matt.
for?
What the heck's wrong with you?
Come on now.
I'm just saying,
I
you're
mean,
supposed to be like, yes, I'm gonna teach you, girl.
Y'all not remember when I asked for that intro
if you
class?
were to go to a boxing class, do you think Canelo's gonna come in and
You
teach
never know.
Mayweather, like,
You
stop
never
it.
know.
Oh,
You gotta set your standards high.
Matt, I told her for you, so I'll be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
He's the
We
bad
do
guy.
good dancer, bad dancer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the thing we got.
How do we find you everywhere?
All my stuff is my name, Matt Steffanina with 2 F's. Instagram, YouTube, everything like that. There's like
Was
I
anybody
said,
ever sitting on your name? Like,
yeah, man.
yeah.
If you don't get it early,
Hell yeah, man.
damn, I had to fight.
Did you? Was Matt Steffanina? Was that available on Instagram?
I got it on Instagram.
That was available,
Yep.
like one off. Okay.
Yep, I got it early. But you know, some of the other ones, Snapchat, Musically.
Yeah, when they start jumping up, yeah.
I was _Matt _
those are the
Steffanina
worst.
_13. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because now you
I
got
couldn't get
people where it's
nothing.
like, because even when something come out now, it was something that I thought was going to really take off. Marco Polo. It was something like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I got to go get Big Boy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So early on, you think, I got to go get it.
Yep.
If you don't get a heads up that something's coming.
Yeah, I learned
because somebody
my
has sit
lesson
on,
on that.
Yeah, easy
And then they'll be
call.
like, how much?
Yeah. And
You're
then
like-
you can't play like you don't have it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like when I got at Big Boy, a guy was sitting on it in the Philippines.
Whoa,
And one of my other guys went and got it for me. So it wasn't like he knew that it was like he could have Googled Big Boy and who's this guy that won it.
Yeah.
It was one of my guys that's like, hey, I'm looking for this name. Da, da. And I ended up getting the
Smart.
name. And I got it years ago because if I would have got it now, what I paid for it then,
Yeah.
man, if he would just go and look at our videos or that he would have he would have definitely put the 2
He's
on the 10.
beating himself up right
Hell
now.
yeah. Oh yeah. And now I
Damn
know
it.
anything else that come, I'm grabbing Matt Steffanina. Now that I know you pay for it. No, Matt, thank you for coming
I'ma
into the
search
neighborhood.
that.
Yeah, and he gonna be, and I'm grabbing Big Boy. We have to swap out. You know what I'm saying? But no, thank you for coming into the neighborhood, man, and thank you for this this
you.
class we're about to get right
Yeah.
now.
Hey.
That we're about to go into, you guys. So y'all stay tuned, man. We're about to go into our first and last dance routine. You gonna really do that?
I'm just
Is
saying.
that what you? Well,
Yeah.
you know what? We're going to start the first of our 48 classes. Our sessions
long
with Matt
semester.
Steffanina. Yeah.
I know how to cumbia.
Hello.
I know how to shake my booty.
Hilarious.
I do, in sweats.
Booty?
Or whatever, little flat cakes.
Oh,
Whatever
okay,
I
okay.
got
I
back
thought
here.
when she said booty, I was like,
Where?
what? Man, when she get up, watch. All right, man. But Matt Steffanina, thank you for coming into the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you,
me,
man.
man.
It's
My
my
pleasure.
pleasure, man. Big Boy's
Big Boy.
neighborhood.